Hello friends, Miss Natalie here. Today I am going to show you how to create an op art drawing that focuses on color and space. I am using my ruler to make, well, I'm going to eventually make squares because I'm going to make a kind of tessellated drawing, kind of slightly reminiscent of MC Escher, but a whole lot more basic and more op art. Um, you can do the same that I'm doing, or you can use really any straight edge. Since I'm not using the numbers on the ruler, it really doesn't matter. So you can see I'm creating these kind of plus symbol signs, and I'm using my straight edge to get my line straight. I've chosen a very bright sort of neon pink and also a neon green, which you will see in a bit. Um, I am not great with precise lines, so that is why I'm using my ruler for both the pencil lines and my marker too. You might notice I'm using a highlighter because that was the neon pink that I want, but really any two colors that are opposite each other on the color wheel, that would be complementary colors, will make each other pop. I like the neon colors because they kind of mess with your eyes a little bit, but really you can use any complementary colors in this artwork. You can also see that I am erasing some of the pencil lines as I go. That's just because these highlighters don't do a good job of covering up the pencil lines. They're rather translucent. They're not particularly opaque because they're highlighters. An opaque highlighter would not be a good thing. So, yeah. So they are not a very opaque marker. If you have markers that are more opaque, I recommend using those. Maybe a paint marker, something like that. You do this in black and white, but then it wouldn't have the color aspect to it. Um, that's kind of a issue, but I suppose, yeah, the colors do make it the color and space. And you do need to choose at least two of the following four things to focus on: color, space, movement, and what was the other one? Color, space, movement, and oh my goodness. Color, space, movement. I cannot remember. That's terrible, but I'll come up with it by the end of the drawing. I'm putting those green lines in now. Um, and form, that I told you I'd have it by the end. Yeah, I don't know how you could, this doesn't really do form. This is really just the color and the space. So we've got the bright colors that when they're next to each other kind of make each other pop and also make it hard to decide which is the foreground and which is the background, which is the positive space, which is the negative space. Is it a bunch of pink plus with a green background, or is it a green plus with a pink background? And that's just the way I designed the piece. So if you start on the right, it looks like it's a bunch of the green is in the foreground, but if you start on the left, it looks like the pink is in the foreground or is the positive space. Remember, there is the ground figure ground illusion. That's where you can't tell the difference between what is in front, what is in back, and they kind of go back and forth. And I feel like if you look at this whole piece all together, it definitely gives you a bit of that figure ground illusion. Which color is the background? Which color is in the foreground? Um, I did go relatively fast and then I speeded up the video, so you can see I've got a lot of little mistakes there that if I had gone slower, I would not have. Also, if I was more precise, I would not have, but I am just not a precise person when it comes to my physical art media, and that's okay. All right, as you can see, I now have finished this piece, which has the pink and the green colors